Greetings, cyberspace cadets. It's IRATE Prostate here for another edition of Creem Stream. Hanging out with my bud, Silver Blade Dagger. Say hey, brother.
Hey, brother.
Just sitting here waiting for. We're gonna kick back. I noticed the other day that we hadn't really streamed with the core group since like late September, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I decided, it's like instead of trying to find some guests or anything, I just said let's just do what we do best, and let's hang out, kick the bobo, and talk shit and see what happens. I got a couple of articles I pulled up that'll surely pull some giggles. But yeah, I was telling Silverblade about not having any power for the whole day, because in the state that I live in, apparently when it snows, everything stops, even electricity. So that was awesome to sit around all day, sick as shit. That's another thing. I was like, I'm getting on the tail end. I can tell this flu, man. But I felt, oh my God, I've been feeling horrible.
So I hope you feel better soon, man.
Yeah, hopefully this shit'll be over with, man. Since I was infected, but her new nickname is Uzi Flu. So talk to me, man. Tell me what you've been up to, and while we're waiting on everybody to show up.
Well, I've been up to 5'6" and 125 pounds. Oh wait, that wasn't what you were asking, was it?
Well, hey, it sounds hot. Keep talking.
Wait a minute.
You may have me convinced by the end.
Well, you're talking about power outages. I can't remember exactly where you're from, but up here in Michigan, quarter inch of snow, not a problem. A foot of snow, once it gets up to 3 or 4 feet of snow, that's when we start to worry. Driving down the highway down there where you may be, you guys freak out when you get a dusting. Up here, it's like, hold my beer and watch this.
Oh shit, man. We got between 3 and 5 inches from what I could tell.
Oh, that's not bad.
It was beautiful. It was really nice to see. Down here when it does, it's just like everybody just go, oh shit, it's snowing, and act like rednecks and shit. And all the bread and milk disappears out of the store.
It's like hurricane season coming, and everyone rushes to the store to get all the goods.
Exactly. It's always the bread and the fucking milk for some reason. I don't know if they eat cereal, I guess, and bologna sandwiches. I don't know. You ever wonder that, man?
Well, the only time we have something like that is like when there's expected to be several feet of snow, like 2, 3, 4, 5 feet of snow, something like that. And down here in the lower peninsula, we usually don't get much more than maybe 3 feet of snow at max. You have to be up in the upper peninsula to get like 5 to 6 feet of snow type shit, so.
Dude.
Yeah. Well,
it's like, see, I mean, and I know you're used to it.
Hey, Akam.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, up in the upper peninsula, the highways, you'll see, it looks like long sticks alongside the highways up there every maybe quarter mile or so. And these sticks look like they can go up to about 10 feet high. And the reason why they have them along the highways is so that when the plows go through there, they know where the edge of the road is, because the snow gets that thick, you can't see the edge of the highway.
Yeah, because of the drift and shit, man. That's crazy, man. So I see Occam has joined us.
Yes, I have. Top of the morning to you, laddies.
What's up, bro?
And the rest of the day to yourself.
As a matter of fact, right before I started hanging out with Silverblade, I was watching your newest video. Everybody go check it out.
It's literally just a bunch of nonsense.
Well, I was going to say I've never seen anybody shit post.
That's literally what it is. That's literally what it is too. It's like, what I did is I was going through a flash drive, right? And then I found these old pictures of me from like when I was like 11 or 12 years old or something. And I got this idea to like put them in, somehow incorporate them into a video. But then I struck the pot of gold. I found this picture of like my 14-year-old brother, but it was when he was even younger than he is now. And for whatever weird reason, the picture was like of his face zoomed in so that like you could only see his nose and eyes. I have no clue why it was there. I actually remember it from a long time ago, but I just kind of forgot about it, didn't know it existed still. So what I did is I went and incorporated into the video or whatever, and just made it like I was just like, it's kind of just like a stupid inside joke between me and my brother, to be honest. Like, it's pointless. If you're not me or my brother, you're not going to, it's probably not going to be funny. The only people who are going to find it really funny are like me and my brother. That's it. So it's really a pointless video. So
is that like payback for the doxing he gave you on my 300 sub thing? I did that last week. He didn't really dox you. He just doxed your job.
No. I've already doxed myself. What are you talking about? Like,
well, you know,
I've already
doxed your job.
Oh, my job? I've already said where I work before.
And now
I was gonna say, like, I've already showed my face and said my name before, like.
And now that Occam is gone the way of the whitey, let's welcome Miles Beats to the channel.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Brother, welcome, buddy.
How are you doing? Sorry for my late arrival.
No problem, man. I'm just glad you showed up. I just hadn't heard from anybody all day because, you know, I had my powers off. I'm going, holy shit, you know, and I can't contact anybody, man. I've still got a dumb phone, man. I still have a flip phone.
Oh, a dumb phone. Maybe that's a smartphone. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah,
that's
man.
what I've been saying.
Oh, and I wouldn't have been much help either because I like my streaming, because you texted me about it, but even if you wouldn't have had power, I can't live stream till February 8th because of the community strike
shit, man.
on my channel too. So like I guess I could have gotten in contact with someone else, you know, to do it maybe, but I couldn't have done it on my channel either, like a backup.
What did you do, Occam? Did you show more whitey porn?
We don't talk about that. I'm not at liberty to disclose this information.
Come on,
you know what? I just fucking woke up. Like I literally, I took a nap in the middle of the day, and I grabbed my phone because I had this weird feeling, and I was like, man, I gotta check my phone, and I see a Twitter message, and I'm like, fuck Twitter. Anyway, I'll just check I'll check the rest of my phone. Then I was like, all right, this Twitter message is bugging me. And then it was like, fucking irate, like, hey, bro, I don't know. Just so you know, here's the Hangout link. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm supposed to be somewhere right now. Like, I totally forgot.
Good morning, sunshine.
Hey.
Welcome aboard, brother. The Starship. Well, I don't even know what to say, man. You know,
Starship creamer pies.
Yeah, man. It's like, you know, this fucking flu. It's like, I feel lobotomized, man. I just, you know, I'll start saying some shit and then like, I'll just stop in the middle of it, like, and go. And then my wife would go, and I'm like, I forgot, you know, that's just God, man. It's just really embarrassing. It's just so goddamn stupid.
In your brain.
Oh, dude, and the stuff that's coming out of me, it's like all this snot, it's yellow, man. I mean, it's just hardcore infected. And I hit the doctor like on Monday, right, for something else, for this deal with my heart and my anyway. And
that's not the kind of cream we have on this stream, my friend.
Exactly. And you know, and he said, well, you know, he gave me a Z-Pack and shit, and he said, yeah, you're going to get sicker. And oh, hell, man, Wednesday, I was about crying, man. And yesterday, it was even worse. It was like, God damn.
Man flu is no joke.
Oh, God, I am such a baby, man. But I mean, oh, my God.
You know,
it's embarrassing.
Dude, the worst thing about getting sick, too, is like you feel good a couple days prior, right? And then all of a sudden, it's just like somebody is just shitting on every part of your world that they could possibly shit on. Like, you can't breathe, you can't fucking eat. You try to drink water, you go and throw it up, and then it's just a perpetual cycle. It's nothing stays inside.
Hey, Irate,
joints hurt, man. Yeah, man.
are you aware that your wife's lying down in the comment section? She says, "I think irate prostate sounds sexy."
All right, I think somebody kick her. Somebody kick her.
Yeah, you know what? We can't have look, we strive for honesty here. We strive for transparency and for
something
all around being good people.
People have been
right now she's serving as oozy flu, and it's just like the sickness has got her too. We're both delirious at this point in time.
Did you just
it's a mental sickness at this point.
She's patient zero right now.
Oozy flu, yeah, exactly. She is patient zero, indeed.
Oozy flu. That's one of the coolest things I've ever heard.
Like saying
Next thing you know, it'll be all 12 monkeys and shit. We'll all be dead in like 30 days, and then Irate will have to come back in time and save our asses by going after patient zero.
I thought he already did that.
Well, it's like Uzi's name kind of came from. It was kind of a play on words, anyway. And she's like a feisty redhead, and her mom is.
Is there any other kind?
Her mom is like a short blonde version, and she's even more feisty, right? And her nickname is Minigun. Because she's like the Gatlin,
Yeah.
bat, she's the badass, man.
The bird.
You don't mess with these ladies. No, I love my mother-in-law, man. It's like I'm one of those few lucky fuckers that actually, it all works and shit. So,
dude, there's nothing better than a crazy woman, dude. And I mean, when I mean crazy, I just mean crazy in the right way. Just quirky, I guess, would be a better determination.
Quirky is best because crazy is in like leaves roadkill on your front porch with a love note attached to it. That's the kind of crazy I can do without.
Wait, you've had that happen before?
Oh,
yeah. Bunny
Please tell me you haven't.
I'll decline from comment.
Wait, you can't be serious.
I've had say again?
I was wondering if what Silver just said actually happened to him. And then he said he declined from comment. So I'm assuming that means it's true.
Yeah. Dude, there's some crazy damn bitches out there, dude.
CHBs are no joke.
Anybody got any crazy stories?
I got one. This one will take a second.
Yeah, I knew Miles had something coming.
This one will take a second. There was one day that I wake up, all right? One of my ex-girlfriends, one of my longest running ex-girlfriends, I wake up and I open my eyes and she's sitting on top of me in my bed. And I'm like, hold up. This can't be happening. She lives 3 hours away. There's no way that she drove 3 hours just to surprise me without calling me.
Wait.
And I'm like, and as time goes on, like all these thoughts are happening within a matter of seconds. Okay.
Were the lock picks on the nightstand?
No, she had a key to my apartment. But we weren't dating for a couple years, so I figured she threw the key away because that's what normal people do. But so I wake up and then I realize I'm like, oh shit, this is real life. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And like I said, all of these thoughts happen within fractions of a second, right? And she was like, hey, babe, I came to say hi. And I was like, we're not together. And fucking by the end of this time, she wants me to take the day off of work. She has beer in her hand. It's like 8 in the morning. And I'm just like, I really can't take today off of work. And by the end of this whole situation, a multitude of things happened. But by the end of this situation, she's driving away from my house, throwing beer cans completely full at my car.
That's alcohol abuse right there, man.
They weren't even empty, but she was just throwing them just right at my car, just like, fuck you, I hate you, you're a horrible person. And I'm just like, who drives 3 hours to get their ex-boyfriend to take a day off of work? Like, you don't, without calling. You don't do that.
Oh, man. I knew when you said Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, couldn't that maybe technically count as breaking and entering, or does it not because like you never took the key from her, or what? Or
I don't think
where
it
would that
does.
stand from a legal basis?
I mean, if I called the cops, it'd be breaking and entering.
Or trespassing.
Well, when you said that at 9 a.m. she had a beer in her hand, I said, "Shit, this is going to end in violence, man."
It'll end in violence or end in tears.
Here's the best part.
Or
though.
really good sex, man. You gotta give it. You gotta put that in there too, because
Well, I was trying to work towards that, but it didn't necessarily happen because the crazy started coming out. But here's the funny part: is that after all this shit, she left one of her hats at my house.
Dun dun dun.
She's sitting there.
Gonna make a repeat trip.
they don't leave something there, you know.
She threw beers in my house, in my car, and then I'm like, dude, this is crazy. She brings a friend with her as well that was like cussing at my roommate, and then I get like a very nice knock on the door, and I answer the door. I'm like, hello, and she's like, hey, I left my hat here.
She came back for the hat.
And then there's the walk of shame back to her vehicle as she slowly drove into the sunset.
Yeah, and then I was just like, here it is. And then she drove away nicely that time. Like, she wasn't so mean.
She was out of beer.
It would have been funny. She had extra. I was gonna say that would have been funny if she got more beer to throw at my house. Like,
I can imagine it. She's driving away the first time, throwing beers and shit left and right, and then she gets like 20 miles away, and she's like, "Shit, forgot the hat. Where's the nearest liquor store?" I
gotta get more beers.
Gets a 24-pack. All right, let's get back to his house. Pulls in. Man, I gotta do the whole sorry face, or else I'm never gonna get my hat back. So, can I have my hat back? Yeah, here you go. Bye. You son of a bitch! I'm gonna kill you. Throwing beers, throwing grass clippings, throwing a mailbox. Everything gets everywhere.
Grass
Crazy
clippings.
shit.
She had that too. So just a pouch of grass clippings. Just fucking. Whew.
Hey, if you sit in the front yard and you're pissed off, you'll grab anything to throw, I'm sure. Just
You know,
make it crazy.
We always had a saying, you know, crazy in the head meant you was crazy in the bed, man.
It's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
No, dude.
It's not worth it.
It's a 50-50 on that one from my own personal experience.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
I could just see a girl laying on her back, like some crazy girl, like, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. You should do better. It's like, God damn, you're fucking crazy. I know, crazy in the bed. Crazy in the head, crazy in the bed. And it's like,
probably even
That's
crazier if
the
you're
wrong
like,
kind of-
you're not doing it right. Get the chopsticks.
Oh, shit.
oh my God. I only like to be stimulated one way, and you better be able to hold some sushi, let me tell you.
Hell yeah.
Lord.
Get some of that wasabi on my titties, bitch. You know?
Hey, Miles, man.
asked-
You remember the shit
What's
stream
up,
the
man?
other night? The thing that at the end you was reading, I posted the link to that in your DM, man. I wanted you to read that for everybody. That was so good.
Let me double check. I
Yeah.
totally I do remember slightly. Let me see if I got it here. Send me another link to it again.
Okay.
I think since I'm using Chrome, my Twitter won't open up.
Oh,
That's
weird. That is weird.
Well, I'm like a total Firefox
Oh,
person.
dude, that was the oh, that's the Hangouts link. Shit.
Oh, okay, cool. So at least I'm not losing my mind. That's
Okay.
at least I'm
thought
yeah.
Well,
I have it. You know what? I
Copied
most
it.
likely have it bookmarked
Let me see. All right.
because I was reading
No,
the story.
it's not putting it in there, man. It is not copying it. I don't understand why it can't.
All right, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Oh, dude. Okay, I know why.
Dead air. Dead
Did
air.
someone just say dinner?
Dead air.
You saying dinner?
Are you hungry?
Dead air. Dead air. Okay. I thought I heard dinner. I was like you were like dinner. Dinner. But I was like, oh, it's dead air.
Miles, check it now.
So, in other news of crazy household bitches, what's your experiences, Occam?
Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
You got 2.
See, I don't have any interesting stories like that.
Count your blessings.
Indeed. Indeed. We're all talking about this crazy shit, and he's over there going, holy shit, what have I got in store for me over here? You got those good corn-fed girls over there where you're at, man. When you get to the big city, all bets are off.
Hell, even if you're not in the city directly, they're a little bit on the nutty side.
No doubt.
Here's tip number 1, Occam, when it comes to crazy women. Never go for the ones that look like they've been on the Jerry Springer show more than once. Hint number 2. Never go for the chicks that's been on the Steve show 4 times.
All right.
Someone get Freedom Fighter a wrench.
Oh, I got this. And of course, this is in my hometown. This is in my hometown.
I love this.
All right, guys. Just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready, dude.
Born ready.
All right. So, first of all, let me just say that this is an unexpected delivery. All right.
That's what she said.
That could be a possibility, but I doubt she meant it this way. All right. So, a homeowner in Sacramento, California, is down in the dumps after an Amazon delivery contractor left a pile of feces in front of her house.
Down in the dumps.
Down in the dumps.
Nemi wasn't home on a Tuesday when the driver pooped in front of his house.
Everybody poops.
But he saw the excrement evidence when he came home. He then checked the surveillance cameras and noticed that the driver was squatting on the passenger side of the truck.
When you gotta go, you gotta go, man.
He tried.
What can Brown do for you, right?
Exactly.
Well, this is FedEx, not.
This is probably a former UPS driver.
Brown shorts gives brown shorts a brand new meaning.
But it sounds like that's right where the camera can see it. The person is like, it's almost like they want to be seen.
See, don't you love how, like, when someone does decide to do something weird like this, that, like, you know, stuff like this doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's always conveniently at, like, a house that has something that a lot of other houses don't normally have. For example, my house does not have, like, a security camera on it at all. So if someone were to do that and I weren't there to see it, I wouldn't know who did it. But, like, it happens to be at a house that actually does have a security camera. Like, what are the odds?
Well, you know, that's the thing, though. Because you don't know what houses have a security camera, and you just do it. It gets caught. Whereas, how many times has it gone on houses? You know, at houses that didn't have them.
I was just gonna say those exact words.
I think it's just funny because, like, there's all these nice gems of, like, funny things on the internet that you realize, man, if the circumstances were, like, even a slightly bit different, like, none of us would even know about it.
Well, you got to realize, Occam, you know, like IRATE and me, you know, we're older. We remember before cell phones and cameras were everywhere. That kind of shit was probably happening all the time. But because everyone's got cameras, whether it's security or cell phone or what have you.
Now you just hear about it more.
Right, because the ability to record it more.
Right.
You know.
But yeah, you know, basically like that shit's happening everywhere. No pun intended.
Oh,
it gets worse. It gets worse.
Keep reading, dude. Damn.
It is so hard to read this stuff with a straight face.
Well, we can't see your face. Read it out.
Well, I mean, day get any more shitty?
So it's a shitty situation. I told you guys. The homeowner was in shock when he saw the size of it.
Well, yeah, because he blamed. I bet he was, because he probably blamed it on the dog or the neighbor's dog, and then he realized it's a human being. He's like, "Well, damn, I don't know if I should be apologizing to the dog or proud."
I've never seen a Pomeranian shit that big, man.
It's like a Chihuahua lives next door.
This next quote is really what drives it home.
I'll kill it.
He ended up scooping it with a plastic bag, but didn't want to take it with him. It smelled really bad, homeowner said.
Gotta catch them all, poopy man.
And then he told the reporter that the garbage can will really smell like shit for the next few days.
No, it's a trash can full of shit that's gonna smell like fish.
Wait, what if this was like, wait, he complimented the size of the turd, right? So like, what if this mail delivery guy was like, he took shits every day, he looked at the toilet, he's like, damn, that's a huge turd. If only I could get the recognition I deserve, but how do I get it out there? How do I get it into the media? And then he's like,
I know, this guy's got security cameras.
Yeah, take a shit in the yard in front of a house of security cameras. And then he
was like, how do I get this shit on the internet?
It sounds like performance art.
Hey, Miles, did it say if the grass grew back or grew better after he picked it up?
It was actually on the curb. It wasn't even in the grass. It was the homeowner.
You can't grow nothing on a curb. What the hell? That's not fertilizing.
The homeowner actually had to hose off the curb after.
Probably had to bleach it off.
Wait, was it that bad that if you walk outside, you just smell shit now? Like he just walks outside?
I don't think it's gonna smell like flowers.
It's gonna smell like shit until the garbage company picks up his trash can. Like,
surprise! How do you be vomiting at work today?
How do you explain that to your neighbor? You're just sitting there hosing off like a fucking, a pile of shit in your gutter, and they're like, "Yeah, what happened?" I don't know, some dude shit in my gutter. Like, how do you even...
See, actually, this is a really embarrassing story, but I might as well tell it, because this is the Creem stream. I don't really care. It's funny, okay? I was 4. I was 4 years old. No, this was the year... This is the year 2002. The year 2002, I was 4 years old, okay? Imagine 4-year-old Malin, 4-year-old Occam's razor going outside. Well, here's the deal. I had to go to the bathroom in the house we lived in at the time. It was actually like there was one bathroom. I think my mom was in the bathroom. So me, my 4-year-old self, only a few weeks ago, I had gone camping with my dad, and my dad, since there was woods out by where we were camping and there wasn't really bathroom readily available, he taught me how to take a shit out in the woods. And I then, since I was like, well, my mom's in the bathroom and I really got to go. 4-year-old me walks outside my house thinking I'll just use the skills my dad taught me for camping out in the woods, out in the yard. So here I go out into the yard and I take a shit in the yard. Little 4-year-old me taking a shit out in the yard. My mom finds out what I did and then calls my dad, and my dad thought it was really funny, and then I don't know, it was like whatever. I ended up taking a shit in the yard because I thought it was okay because I learned how to do it when I was camping, and I was like, I'm not waiting for the bathroom, I'm just gonna go outside. Learned a skill, I'm gonna utilize it.
No doubt.
Man,
I don't know, 4-year-old me was crazy.
I got a equally crazy story for you. Actually, it's probably crazier.
Fire away, bro.
When I was a little kid, my parents would sleep in really late. And now, you know, when you're a child, you wake up hella early and you want to fiddle faddle all around the house and just run around. And I found something that looked like chocolate to me. So I unwrapped that shit and I fucking eat the whole damn thing.
I know where this is going.
I couldn't read really at the time, and it happened to be a whole entire box of X-Lax.
Yum yum.
And, dude, I was shitting in the front yard. I was shitting in my neighbor's yard. I was hanging out with my friend, and I shit in their yard. Like I couldn't.
That was starting to sound like a Dr. Seuss poem right there.
I couldn't control it. And like literally, like I shit everywhere. Like I think there was one time I shit in the street. I'm not sure if that actually happened, but like I vividly remember my next door neighbor picking my shit up off of his lawn.
I could not shit in the can, so I shit in my hand.
What was that book? Like Red Fish, Blue Fish. So it's like what red fish, red shit, blue shit,
yard.
I don't even know.
Yard shit.
That's what I was working on, Occam. Is like I cannot shit in the can, so I shit in my hand. I could not shit over there, so I shit everywhere.
I couldn't shit over here.
Actually, when I was learning how to read when I was a little kid, I had these books that I would use to help me learn how to read when I was a little kid. They were like they're actually like pretty old, but like they still sold them or whatever. They were like Dick and Jane books or whatever. Yeah. Where it's like these really simple storylines where it's like, see Dick run,
Classics.
see Jane, like see Jane sit or something like that. So I'm just imagining like, you know, like oh, see Dick shit in the yard. I don't know, like like, you know, like just making like a bad version of those where like they're doing like stuff they're not supposed to be, like, oh, they're shitting in the yard, or they're like like.
I like the little epilogue on the story because it was Amazon delivery that did it, and they said that the majority
That's
of
how
packages,
they do it down in Brazil.
It was majority of the packages this holiday season are being delivered without issue, and that the company had tried to work quickly to make this particular situation right. So the online retail giant issued an official statement. They said, "This does not reflect on the high standards that we have for delivery service providers. This individual is no longer delivering Amazon packages, and we're in direct communications with the customer." The company gave Bautista, the person whose yard got shit in, a gift card to apologize for all the crap he had to deal with. Oh, dude,
that's a tremendous like a radio voice or something like that. Like, I don't know. It sounds like a good like announcer. I wish I could do that. Like, well, no, I don't know. I can't do that kind of voice.
That's fucking fantastic.
In a world full of
mailmen that shit in your yard, there's only
in a bathroom where there is no toilet paper.
There's only one that drops the fattest logs in.
In a world where no yard is left safe, one kid and one FedEx driver are shitting everywhere.
Gee whiz, that's the biggest shit I've ever seen. I know, kid. That's what we do. I'm just imagining like a trailer, and then
this is what happened. Too much.
What can Brown do for you?
Talks really weird, like, yo, oh wow, oh gee, oh geez, Rick.
Gee Willikers.
Morty, take Morty. Take it easy, Opie.
I don't know if dude, you know what?
Should it talk like this for the rest of the stream? Oh geez.
Oh geez.
I don't know, Rick.
I don't know.
Rick.
If you do, I might learn how to crawl through the internet and strangle you.
Hey, Morty, we got to shit in some people's yard today. Oh, geez, Rick, I don't know if I can shit in people's yards. Shouldn't I be at school today? Morty, what did I tell you about? I can't do a Rick. I can't do Nick. I can't even do Morty. I suck at voices.
It's not the best, but it's pretty good, Morty.
Not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad. But I want to reiterate slightly. Here's what's really funny. Imagine, well, not necessarily funny, it's actually a horrible situation. But imagine being the guy that's picking up the shit
Imagine, if you will, picking
He's
up
just
a
like-
giant stool.
He's like, dog shit, dog shit, dog shit. Wait a second. This shit doesn't look like the rest.
Wait, do you know what would be funnier? If the package he was supposed to be getting, like the package he ordered, was like a brown stool. He ordered like a big brown stool, and like they took his order too literally.
Damn,
The
spell
guy-
check.
The guy delivered the fucking stool to the wrong house, and he's like, "Fuck! I only have one stool to give, and here it is. I'm gonna give him everything I got."
Because they call your shit like your stool and stuff. So it's like a big brown stool. He
Do they
ordered a
really
big
do
brown
that?
stool.
Is that? Do they do that where you live?
No. Like, haven't you ever heard like your stool to like reference like
No.
you know your shit? You've never heard of that ever? I think it's more like in the medical world that they do that, but it's like
stool sample.
like, but no, like he orders a big brown stool and then he gets one delivered right to his curb.
Well, I have a shit story for you. It's not as extravagant as that, but it's more about girth than length and mess.
All right, this is
Oh.
a crazy way to start a shit story.
That's what
One of
she
those
said.
ass rippers, man.
Well, back about let's see, it'd be about 17 years ago, I worked at a trap shooting range, and this is where like hundreds of people from even all over the world would come to shoot clay targets. So they had local food. A local restaurant would cater the food there, and you got some big old boys. I mean, these guys had shoulders that looked like 40-pound turkeys. I mean, big boys,
That's a
So,
weird reference. First off,
I guess, but that's what one guy that worked there was saying. Man, that guy looks like he's packing 2 40-pound turkeys on his shoulders. Anyway, for us workers who was keeping score or loading machines, we were able to camp there for free. So after all the shooting's done, it's dark. We can kind of run around and screw around. So at one point, one of my friends and coworkers, they had to go to the bathroom, and the first stall, out of order. Second stall, someone was in it. Third stall was something that scared him for life. This guy had took a shit as fat as a beer can.
What is that? How is it real?
Dude.
How is it real?
Well, the guy that had done it was big as it was, but yeah, this thing was literally as fat as a beer can. I visually can verify this. It looked like someone had a brown abortion and left it in the bottom of the toilet, and it was like 9 months term type thing, And so the field, the groundskeeper. He came in because there's complaints about the one toilet being broken. He came in. He's like, "Oh my God, someone call 911." So
there had to be some hemorrhaging during the birth of this.
That guy, wrecked him, damn near killed him. But the groundskeeper had to come through with a coat hanger and break it up, and then he had to scoop it out with a ladle into a 5-gallon bucket to get some of it out, just so he could flush it. And even then,
how did that come out of someone? How was that inside someone's intestines at one point?
Here's the crazy part. Who was like in a closet and was like, you know what would break that shit up? This fucking coat hanger. That's what I'm gonna use. Let me take this coat hanger from this closet and I'm gonna go break that shit up.
well, like I said, it looked like someone had a brown abortion, so the only thing that would work would be a coat hanger for the job. So
very nice. Oh, I overlooked that. That's amazing. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah, they broke it up with a coat hanger, had to ladle some of it out into a bucket, tried to flush it, it jammed. So you got this guy, he's going with a toilet plunger for like 20 minutes trying to get that portion of a crap down the toilet. It took an hour just to get rid of like 16 pounds of waste.
could you imagine like
Good
having
Lord.
to be the guy shitting that though? It's like I'd be like, oh, geez, Rick, I don't know if I can pass this. I don't
We've
know.
all had those though, man, where it's like one of those ass rippers that felt like it's like made out of glass and stuff. And you're going, oh God, Jesus, you know, and it's just
We're talking prolapsed anus here. Type of shit.
Oh no. Like
and it's like you want to smoke a cigarette afterwards, man. It's like you feel like you like been violated by your own defecation. It's like, fuck.
but
It's like,
by the way, right?
I've got
Guys,
feelings for you.
Freedom told me I'm roboting. Am I still roboting?
You're a robot in a bit.
Kind of.
Yeah, might want to. I can't remember what you pressed. It's like Control R or I can't remember.
You can
By
also
the
try.
Refresh. Yeah, I think that's it.
You can also try unplugging and replugging in the microphone. Sometimes that'll work too.
Oh, yeah.
That won't work.
There you go.
Am I better?
Now you're roboting again.
Of course.
No, you're back.
Now you're back.
Ray,
Yeah.
You sound good. Yeah, man.
I have to tell you something. What you put in the group chat, the private group chat here, I'd have to say no, that's not a good name for a band. Like, just think about it. If you named it, like, forget about the context. Get rid of the context of the conversation we just had. If you named your band that, I don't even want to say it. Like, if you named your band that,
It sounds more like a skinhead band or some shit.
Yeah, it sounds really bad. I would not name my band that. No, because if you don't have the context, that's really bad.
One thing I will say.
Demo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, you're like Miles Bot. You're not Miles Beat. You're Miles Bots because you're a robot. Because you're roboting.
Fucking great.
Oh, geez, Rick. You're not. You sound like a robot, Rick.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
I fixed the issue. No.
Say again.
Why would I want to be on a stream?
Try the control.
Robot. Oh boy, sounds like a robot got in the stream.
Easy there, Mickey Mouse.
Steamboat Willie.
What's that, Miles?
I'm roboting. Not
Go
bad.
on.
Yeah, you're still doing it.
It's
Mickey
getting
Mouse.
worse, man.
God damn it! All right, let me just reload this whole situation.
All right, bro.
I think there's a glitch in the Matrix.
Miles Bot. That's got to be his nickname when he robots.
Fucking hate you.
Did you just say Vape Nation?
Shut up, I hate you.
I think you got
That's
too
what I
much
heard.
wax in your ears, Junior, because you've been mishearing a lot of things tonight.
I don't know. I was thinking I must have been watching too much H3 videos lately, because I just heard him say Vape Nation. I'm like,
Vape
whoa!
Nation.
Did Ethan Klein just come on the stream? Vape Nation.
Vape Nation.
Dinner.
Yeah, there's the dinner. It's like, oh geez, Rick. I don't know. I just ate dinner, Rick. I'm not really that hungry. I don't need more dinner.
Damn it, Morty. You're going to eat it and you're going to like it.
No, Rick. I don't want to eat it, Rick. Oh geez, Rick. it's too big to eat, Rick.
Well, then, like, stick it in your butt and, like, eat it backwards or something.
Oh geez,
I don't
Rick,
care.
I've been putting too many mega seeds in my butt recently, Rick. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this.
Well, take them out because they smell like shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can't do the right voice.
Morty, you gotta put these mega seeds and shove them way up inside your butthole, Morty. Oh my goodness.
Morty the Mule.
How many people do we even have watching now? What, 14? I think we scared people. You probably hear me trying to do weird voices and they're like, oh, what is this?
Well, we have been talking about shit, so I don't know how many people we've had a shitty conversation apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
We have someone we have Freedom Fighter down in the comments saying, way up in your butt, Morty. Way up inside there, Morty.
Oh, dude.
All right,
Let it tickle your tonsils, Morty.
Come on, Morty. Come on, Morty. Do I still sound like I'm doing the Matrix?
Oh,
No, you're
Bubba,
doing
you
good.
sound fantastic.
All right, good.
That sounds excellent, man.
I just had to reload everything and all that.
Yeah, now we
Cool.
just have your other voice.
What's my other voice?
Nah, I don't know. I had a burn. I had a sick burn, and then I just kind of I realized that I derailed my own burn before I even got there, so I just gave up before I made a fool of myself.
Basically, it was
Step your
sick.
burn game up. Step your burn game
No,
up.
it was like I had a sick burn impending, and then I realized I went about executing it wrong. So basically, my sick burn burnt in the atmosphere as it was about to collide, kind of fizzed out before it impacted. You know, kind of like a big.
You had a
After
burn
that-
abortion.
It's like.
Oh, nice. I like that. I'm going to use that on somebody one day. It was a
Yeah.
burn abortion.
Yeah, I couldn't go through with that burn. It was gonna burn myself if I went through with it. It was gonna make. I've done that one too many times on the Creem stream. Where
Yes, yes, you have.
Self-inflicted burn.
it's like, oh,
But that's why we
I've
love you,
got-
because we
I still got those
just
battle scars.
we like to see you self-emulate sometimes, you know.
Indeed.
You know, just like, hey, watch this, guys. I'm gonna douse myself in gasoline and set myself on fire. Sick burn, right?
I'm like,
Whoa,
oh
what's that
geez,
smell?
I'll show T-Tac. I'll show T-Tac what he gets if he decides to burn me. And then like I just wreck myself. Oh my goodness. Why do I suck?
So when are you going to get that bear avatar for your videos, Occam?
Jeez. Oh geez. I don't really think I'm gonna get a bear avatar.
Oh my god, dude.
It's the in thing, man. You got to go with the bear avatar.
It's so crazy.
That was actually pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, I just saw I got a DM from T-Tac about 5 minutes ago. Said he got held up, but he is coming. He's gonna try. He said,
Man, fuck T-Tac.
"Who was that?"
Yeah, that's odd. That's an
that
odd
was-
thing for me to hear is someone say fuck T-Tac because I'm so used to people saying fuck Whitey.
Well, yeah, you know what? Maybe sometimes T-Tac needs to get fucked too.
Well, I'm
Okay.
sure he would like- I think he would like to be more selective of who he's being fucked by, but okay.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, T-Tac needs loving too.
Mm-hmm. As long as you can stay away from those CHBs, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like a bunch of laughter
Okay.
for what apparently
It is-
comes off as an inside joke when it was intended as an inside joke.
As soon as T-Tac gets here, we need to start doing some like the room references. Like we need to be like, oh hi Mark. Like as soon as he gets here, like I don't know. Like oh hi or oh hi T-Tac. That doesn't work as well with T-Tac
Nah,
actually. That
no, it
doesn't
doesn't.
work.
He doesn't even deserve
T-Tac
that.
has too many syllables though. It would work with like oh hi Miles.
Hi, T-Tac. Or
Well,
Tic-Tac.
technically, Miles has as many syllables as T-Tac does.
Mhm.
Yeah, but okay, but it flows better. It flows better than T-Tac.
Of course, Miles
hi,
flows
Miles.
better than everybody.
Could turn it into something
no,
like
hold up. Malin flows better than
no.
Miles. It's-
No,
No.
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Here's an
I
idea.
like that. I like the flow of that name.
See
Malin.
how many
I
times you
feel like
Occam. See how many times you can call him Tic-Tac before he notices.
all right. Yeah,
it'll-
let's do it.
it'll-
Don't
it'll-
even
it will
bring
be-
it up. Just be like, well, let's hope
it'll
he's not
be-
listening.
I guarantee you it'll be the first fucking mention of Tic-Tac. He'll be like, nope, fuck you.
He leaves. Oh, geez. Hi, Tic Tac. We were just talking about shit in people's yards.
But that's because you're making it too obvious. It's kind of like the meow game from Super Troopers. It's like, all right, now this is what we're going to be talking about. Meow. You're going to hear every word I say now, and if you don't like what I have to say, I'm going to have to kick your ass, meow.
Still, I could be like, sorry, damn, I just fucking died.
You okay, dude?
You could be like,
CPR stat.
hey, Tic-Tac, how you doing, Tic-Tac? No matter what, you're gonna. That's just something that's immediately comprehensible.
Wait,
What?
have you guys checked out my breaking news article in the group chat yet or not?
No, read it for us.
Oh no. I think Irate needs to check it out. This is his
on the
on his channel.
yeah, on the group chat.
Yeah, in the group chat, a private group chat. It's
Oh, the private group chat.
Yeah, the private group chat.
Okay.
I linked an article that I thought you would appreciate, Irate. It was specifically for you. It's super serious, like really breaking news. Like you know that if something's coming from me,
it's your boyfriend. It's your boyfriend PewDiePie,
like,
man.
Occam, did you just say it was super serial?
Dude, it's okay.
No,
man.
no, I said serious.
And it's it's okay to like have a crush on him. I mean, I was talking to somebody about it, and man, it's obvious, and it's okay.
I don't.
We love you just like you are, bro.
I literally like to watch his videos because he's entertaining.
Yeah, and he makes you feel funny down there too, doesn't he?
Oh, right in the loins, right in the loin area.
I watch his videos too, but I don't feel squishy in the happy parts like you do.
I get a little tickly down there when I look at him. He's got.
I don't know what kind of parts you have, but if something gets you excited, they better not be squishy.
Wait, why would they be? Wait, why would they be squishy?
He's all about those Swedish meatballs.
Really?
No.
Have you ever even been to IKEA?
No.
Those are meatballs that I don't want in my
IKEA. I like IKEA. Look at what Uzi Flu just put up. Occam Heart PewDiePie. Oh, I know it.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I've been working on some OBS stuff. So then either next week or the week after, I'm gonna of course do some tests before I run this thing full blast with OBS. But I've got a couple of cool templates. Silverblade, you might appreciate this. One is Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti album cover.
Right on.
Yeah, dude, it looks great. I've got some stuff cut out, from all the windows and stuff, so it looks cool.
Sir Adamantine says I do PewDiePie.
He does.
That's what Sir Adamantine says.
Oh yeah.
See, so now we know that Sir Adamantine is gay for PewDiePie.
No, he's actually gay. That's kind of a known fact about Sir Adamantine.
Wait, is he actually gay?
Yes, he is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
I actually didn't know that.
The more you know.
Now you feel bad.
That just wrecks my joke. I don't feel bad because I didn't know. I can't feel bad for something I didn't know. It just wrecks my joke. So, thanks a lot, Sir Adamantine.
See, this is where you cue in that music. Just
now Sir Adamantine should feel bad. Wait, what? Sir Adamantine says you just like the... Wait, no, not Sir Adamantine. Academic Cub says to Sir Adamantine, you just like the way he says, I'm not going to say it, the N-word. I'm not going to say it.
Oh, man, that's
I'm trying to become a successful YouTuber, dude. I'm not saying...
Talk about PewDiePie, man. He's not talking about you.
Occam, you're saying you can't say the word nachos?
Yeah, I would never say nachos.
Well, then it's nacho joke.
That was lame.
That was lame.
Uh-huh.
That was we can't go without just
Not everyone can smell like a rose, man.
Yeah, that was shit.
You just gotta get good. You just gotta start paying attention to how Occam is, right? And then
do the opposite.
Do the opposite. No. You need to do what I do. If you see me doing something, do that. If I'm jumping off a cliff, you jump off that cliff.
No, I'd rather meet you at the bottom and be like, damn.
I'll catch you. I'll catch you. Oops.
That was a really hard hitter right there. That was just. You seemed well. You seemed well before you jumped, but I don't know about now. I'm just.
Are you jelly? Well, you are now.
Jelly. That's a Brit thing, isn't it, man? I picked that up from Irate Bear. He used that for. I'd never heard it before. If it, you know, sound, you know, I'm in the South, so you know we say certain things that not everybody says. So now I feel ridiculously embarrassed. Okay.
that came full circle really quick. Like
It did. It did.
Right? Shit. Never mind. I'm just a Southerner. Like
I'm just one of them dumb people from the South.
See,
Yeah,
you got to
man.
get good. You got to be from Iowa.
Shit, man.
Okay.
I remember we'd be running around town, man, fall down and cut my knee and shit. We just put mud on it. Hell, it's all right. Do nothing but ride bicycles without helmets and stuff. I mean, you know, back in the day, man, that's the way it was, man. My mom made the best food. Shit. It's some good stuff. I'm cracking critters over here.
Can I get some meatloaf? Where?
Oh, Mama's meatloaf is good, dude.
You get all your
that.
You get all your corn from us, so don't you forget that.
Hey, I make the most fire chicken casserole you've ever had.
I bet, man.
Oh man, dude,
I rock the chili, dude.
Yeah, because you burn it. Is that it? Like the most fire because like it's literally on fire because you don't know how to cook?
No, man, it's called caramelization. What are you talking about?
Caramelization.
It's called the Cajun style.
The caramelization just gets
Exactly.
deeper than most people's. You know what I mean? I gotta caramelize the inside as well.
That's cool. Give me a couple minutes, okay? I'll put this in her. I'll be right back, dudes. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, he has to go. He has to go.
Y'all find some articles and shit. Let's talk about some crazy stuff, all right?
Fuck, I'm over here on Reddit trying to find something funny to talk about. So anyway, since the prostate's gone, this shit isn't about ass.
You know, I just found two really weird things online.
If it has anything to do with the Mandela effect, I'm leaving the stream immediately.
No, why would it be about the Mandela effect?
I'm just we said weird things. You started the conversation with weird things.
Okay, no, it's not. It's actually they're already actually right here. It's Miles Beats and Silver Blade Dagger.
I'm one of those people.
Yep, I'm the other one.
Yeah, those are the weird things I found on the internet.
Oh, great. Yeah. That's fucking awesome, dude. Seriously.
Well, that was lame.
Occam, who paid for your research?
Occam Incorporated.
They need a refund.
You know what? Hey, check this out. So I'm like sitting here like scouring Reddit, just like running around like a little Redditin.
Hey, Tic Tac joined the call. Hey, Tic Tac.
What's up? What's going on, guys?
Suddenly a wild Tic Tac appears.
Sorry I'm late, yo.
Have you been doing Tic Tac?
Been good. Been trying to. I've been having to help my wife with something to, you know, business wise. So I had to.
Yeah, giving her the business.
We've basically just been talking about shit and stuff while you were gone.
Literally.
Oh, really? Literally shit.
It's literally been a shit stream, like a shit talk stream. Like you want to talk about the ultimate shit talk stream? Like this was it.
Tonight.
Nice.
It is not the cream stream; it's the creamy shit stream.
Like it's like diarrhea. It's like the most soupy, liquidy stuff you're ever gonna see.
Yeah, that's kind of strange, actually. I don't know. I don't know if we should take it that far.
Good times. Hold on one second. I'm going to open a pop. I don't want to blow your ears out.
What's up, T-Tech?
Not much, man. Just kind of hanging out.
Use that beat I sent you, or that you stole from me.
I haven't stole it yet, man.
Well, fuck,
I need
dude.
to steal it.
Wanna,
I haven't had
you
time.
wanna
Hey,
do one?
hey, I've been writing some stuff, and I'm trying to get it out because it's like Christmas related. I just haven't had the opportunity to actually do anything with any of it, so I'm working on it.
I mean, I could totally make a kitchen. Or I'm looking at a kitchen. I almost said I could make a kitchen beat.
Kitchen beat.
I can make a Christmas beat.
Well, I'm not. It's not rap. It's parody stuff. I'm a parody artist first and a rapper like fourth, because I'm not a very good rapper.
Well, I like making country music and singing music. Just so you know.
Right on. You make country music?
Yeah, I do, dude. I'm actually known as the Rhinestone Cowboy.
Really? Do you wait? So is it just the music part of it, or do you do the singing too?
Yep, I do the singing.
I want to hear your twang. Come on.
I'm doxing
Did you say,
myself right now.
Miles? Did you say Rhinestone Cowboy or Rhymestone Cowboy?
I would assume Rhinestone.
That
No,
sounds cooler, actually.
I said Rhine. I wish I thought of a Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh yeah,
so dope.
That's a fucking missed opportunity right there.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's gone. It's dead in the wind right there. It's like the.
Well, hey, I
somebody's already taken
I
that.
haven't copyrighted it, so go ahead and take it, man. It's a Christmas present.
What's up, chat? Sir Adamantine.
That's pretty fucking badass. The Rhinestone Cowboy.
Miles, you're roboting, my friend.
Roboting again.
You're roboting.
Oh, the prostate is back. We all have to be good now.
What's
up,
up,
Eric?
guys?
All right, am I still roboting?
Yeah, you're roboting pretty
Yeah,
hardcore, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, I want to hear your twang and how your
Dude.
tractor broke down and your dog died and stuff.
You know, that's I grew up in Nashville for 16 years. And you know, that was back in the heyday when, you know, country music was like fucking Porter Wagner,
Conway
and,
Twitty.
Yeah, of course. Conway Twitty, Marty Robbins, you know, I mean, those guys, man. None of this crap now.
Merle Haggard and
Merle, dude.
I cannot stand country music.
Yeah.
That's like my least favorite genre of music of all time.
I'm not a fan.
I
Do I sound
despise country
I
music.
can, yeah. It's just like every kind of music. There's you know, there's a certain part of it that's like just fucking magically awesome, right? It's beautiful and it's artistic, and the rest of it's shit.
Except
You
for
know?
country. There's nothing good about country
Oh,
music.
dude, Patsy
There's
Cline,
just-
man, bullshit. I'll turn you on to some really good Marty Robbins, man. I think he's excellent.
Hell
Like-
yeah.
You want to talk about taking a shit on someone's yard like we were earlier? Just dump a bunch of country music albums out on someone's yard. That's that. There we go. That's a pile of shit.
Now, if
Yeah,
you want
John-
a pilot,
John
if you want a pile of
Cash.
shit, you got to go full on Britney Spears for the front yard, and a little bit of Christina Aguilera for the backyard.
Oh, don't hate too much on Miss Aguilera. Come on,
I know, dude.
she's at least halfway decent,
She's got
Halfway.
hot points.
dude. When I was in high
Both
school,
of them do, actually.
script came
I'll
out.
I'll swap out Aguilera for Nicki. What's her
Nicki Minaj?
twaj? Yeah,
Spin-
I
Yeah.
hate her. I can't
Do you know
stand
who
her.
has a, do you know who has a
Yeah.
great voice? Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey has like a tremendous voice.
back in the day. I don't know about now.
Back when I was in high school,
Well,
sure,
like-
but now,
Yeah.
eh.
She's like, I don't know. I haven't heard her as much recently. Like, I mean, the songs, like her older songs and stuff. She has a tremendous voice.
A little,
You like
little too poppy
Motown?
for me. I don't know.
You like show tunes, Malcolm?
Show tunes, like what kind of show tunes?
You know, like Broadway, that kind of stuff.
I don't know. Like, I've seen The Sound of Music, the movie, Les Miserables, the movie. Those are musicals. I've seen a musical movie called Newsies once. That was like a Disney thing, I think. I don't know. I haven't.
Did you question
like-
sexuality afterwards?
No.
Newsies was
No, I
Christian
did
Bale,
not.
wasn't it?
Who knew that was going? That's where I was going with that shit, man.
I don't really. I don't know. If I'm watching a movie that's a musical, it's okay. But like, I don't know.
Really? I can't stand the
I
fucking
like-
musical movies. Ugh. Like my wife had me watch Into the Woods, and I wanted to fucking chop my own head off.
No, it's not just any musical movies though. It's not just any musical movies. Like literally, like probably the only musical movie I actually enjoy sitting down and watching ever is Les Miserables.
Frozen. Frozen.
Let it go.
See, I wouldn't consider those musical movies. I don't know. They have music in them, but that's kind of like Disney's formula.
No, hold up. If you're gonna talk about Disney stuff, Tangled was way better than Frozen.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
just get that straight.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
J-
man,
Like,
I'm glad you
Tangled
set
was
that straight for
underrated.
me, man.
Jem
Like,
can
Tangled
fight
should have
that
gotten
all
the
he wants,
cred.
but-
Now you got to go with the Mary Poppins when you go for Disney and music. Old
Like,
school.
oh, it's
baby.
like a musical?
You know what's good for Disney music?
I don't really like
Uh,
musicals at all. They just
me
too
neither.
sappy.
Phineas and Ferb was great. Phineas and Ferb was great because it was one of the best cartoons I've ever grew up with. And also,
That's right,
It had-
academic.
Robots.
no, it also like did a really good job of like incorporating musical numbers into the cartoon. I don't know. I really enjoyed Phineas and Ferb. Like to
Yeah, but
this
the
day,
best
that's still
part of
my
it was
favorite cartoon.
Doofenshmirtz. That's my.
Oh, Doofenshmirtz is the best.
I'll hold to that because my 5-year-old likes watching
Yo.
Phineas and Ferb every once in a while. Yeah, you're
See,
good,
Phineas
Miles.
and Ferb came out when I was 9.
Ah, yeah.
Thanks,
see.
D-Tech.
You're
young
still a baby.
Yeah.
She's
That would have been like
Is that-
07. So I would have been like 9 years old.
I,
That was 10 years ago. Yeah.
What, Irate? You want a
something
cheeseburger?
else. And then he said,
Are you okay, Ray? What do you?
Dude,
what's
what's somebody's
I
having
think
I think he's having a seizure.
I think he's having a stroke.
somebody
I
else
think-
did
I think
it.
he's doing it. Doesn't
Either that
sound
or he
like
wants a
it. Worry about it.
cheeseburger and fries to go with that order.
what do they do? Like,
yeah, they were. Yeah, exactly, man.
And then
did we just trigger Irate or something or what? Like, what's the deal?
You ain't
No,
fooling me,
It's
Ray.
like, see, that's what sucks about you're the power bid out all fucking day is that usually that's all day Fridays when I like search and try to find the news articles that we do it in the evening, and so I sat out here all day in the fucking dark, watched the snow, looking at the snow outside,
Ugh.
and playing solitaire on a fucking battery laptop
That
running
sucks.
out. I know,
Wait,
dude. It
You have
sucks.
snow outside right now
Yeah, and
in Alabama. We don't
it's
have
Alabama, dude.
we don't have squat in Iowa, and we usually would get way worse than you.
hey,
Dude,
here in Michigan, we only got a dusting of snow,
this
and
is
yeah, I
unheard
saw
of.
We had a light dusting, and it's like gone. It wasn't even sticking barely when it was here.
It's
Like,
before
Yeah.
Christmas, man. Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of snow this year. I just got a feeling this is going to be one of those years.
we're not.
We're due. We're due for a big one.
that's what she said.
The South isn't even
Zing.
supposed to get snow, and then places like Iowa that normally get wrecked during the winter aren't even seeing squat. So, like, what's the deal? Everywhere that's traditionally a warmer place is getting wrecked, and then everywhere that's traditionally a colder place, like where I live, is like, wow, this is the warmest winter we've had so far.
You know why this is, Occam?
Climate
I
change.
was sweating today.
It's because Trump is president and everything that
Oh
we,
fuck, that's right.
hey,
Oh
I mean,
god damn, dude. Fuck that shit. Dude.
look at LA. Look at LA. Complete liberal bastion. It now looks like hell because of the wildfires out there. I mean, it literally looks like hell. That's what
Yeah,
they
but
get
hold
for
on,
for
hold on. What
opposing
did-
Trump.
What did Trump
Wait
have
a
against Texas, though? Come on.
It's just an after effect.
I
Unintended
noticed something.
consequence.
I was
The
gonna
God-
say,
Did you notice?
the God
Texas
Emperor
had to flood before he could set California on fire, right? Is that what you're saying?
had to wash those wussy
Weeks.
liberals out of Austin.
Weeks after I started my YouTube channel, there was all the hurricanes. Now, the winter's all screwed up.
Mhm.
Maybe
You show your fucking mug, and
My
then everything
channel.
goes to hell.
it's my channel. I was like, oh, I think I can do YouTube, and then it's fucked the world.
Yep.
Like the world is wrecked.
See, I told you not to show your picture on Twitter, and what did you do? You showed your picture up on Twitter. We got global warming for reals this time.
Yeah, it's because I'm so
Malcolm.
hot that I'm so hot that it melted the world.
You know the deal with the
Yeah, that wasn't
with the fires in California. I mean, that's been, you know, have y'all ever heard that song by the Doors, "L.A. Woman," where, you know, that one part where he says, "I see your hell is burning, your hills are filled with fire. They say I never loved you, you know they are a liar." I love that song, man.
Well, the way I
was gonna have to do. I see your hell is burning.
That's actually a really good song.
Hell yeah.
They say I never loved you. You know they are a liar.
Silverblade, was that you that said? Was that you earlier that was trying to roast me by saying that my releasing the picture on Twitter was what caused global warming? Because that was a bad setup for a burn. Because I just turned that right around and I was just like, oh, that's just because I'm too hot. So it melted the world. So like I did a reverse turnaround finally, and
if that helps you sleep at night, sure, I come sure.
It might be a bold-faced lie. It might be a bold-faced lie, but hey, at least I was able to turn the burn around for once in my life. Stop
Turn
a
the burn around.
We'll give you that one, Malcolm. All right.
It's a gimme. It's a mulligan.
just for once, can I win? Just once.
Just once.
Oh, geez, Rick.
Just
you
once.
always win.
One man.
One man
in a world.
I feel like that should be like a song.
Don't make me
turn
get
that into an anthem for my channel. Like turn this burn around or something. Like turn the burn around or something like that.
We're
like,
gonna turn this mother out.
You know what? I hear 80s music for that. I hear 80s music. Like, doom, doom. We're gonna turn this burn around. Like that. Turn this burn around.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna turn this burn around. Gonna turn this burn
Sounds like
around.
Seinfeld music now. Like what the heck?
Miles beat is not my love.
Oh shit, we're all going in. We're gonna turn this burn around.
I literally just started doing Seinfeld music. Dude, you know what'd be funny? You know what'd be funny? If for an intro on my YouTube videos, I used the Seinfeld intro, like the Seinfeld theme for the intro on my YouTube videos, but I had like a Friends, like the font that they use for Friends. I put Occam's Razor in that font. So I'm like mixing up 90s shows by like having the Seinfeld theme mixed with like Occam's Razor and the Friends TV show font or whatever that they use to spell Friends.
But why?
And then your intro music is step by step. So it's like step by step.
I don't know.
Oh my god. That show in ages. Patrick Duffy.
Did I do that?
See,
And then
I was always a Full House kid. That's what we always watched.
Full House.
Watch both.
Full House.
Family Matters.
I've always been a huge fan of Tia and Tamara. I'll wait.
I don't know that one.
That was Tamara. Yeah, that was another.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like the show How I Met Your Mother. That's a great show.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No, I like Barney Stinson in that show. Barney Stinson in that show is like, I think he's funny.
Yeah, that 70s show, man, that was the shit.
Oh, that 70s show was awesome.
That 70s show is one of the few shows I could watch that actually like employed the laugh track when I was somewhat adult, you know? Yeah. I can't stand the fucking laugh track shit. I don't know. It hurts my brain.
Do you remember the very first episode?
IRATE. You have the canned laughter, like when they'll do a one-liner and then you hear the audience laugh.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
It's like a recorded.
Red Foreman was like the best.
Laughter. Yeah, he was great.
I see what you guys are saying.
That first episode though, when like he is stoned as shit and he's talking to his parents and that wall behind him in the kitchen moving and shit. And, you know, that was all practical, man. There was people moving that wall. It was funny as shit. I remember the first time I saw it, See, that's what I lived. Which is so funny, you know. It's like all these people love that show, and it's like that's kind of like the way my life was in my teenage years.
Walls moving and shit.
Hanging out.
Dude, hey,
Shit.
no, in all seriously, there's not been one time that you've ever even smoked marijuana and ever saw the fucking walls move. Like, you know, that's never happened to you.
No. I've been tripping pretty hard and seen some, you know, pattern like floors like look like undulating shit.
Well, we're not. I don't think they ever really referenced like mushrooms or LSD in that shit.
I think that I see where you're driving.
They would always just sit in the basement.
I smell what you're stepping in, dude.
Considering the topic of earlier, yeah.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've seen some interesting stuff. I remember one time, man, I was tripping pretty hard. I was in my room, and it was back in the day when we had those old, you know, push button telephones. You know, the ones made by the phone company and shit.
Oh yeah,
the big ones, right?
Yep.
And the phone, I kept hearing the phone in the kitchen ring, right? And I'd answer the phone in my room, man. It would be a dial tone. It's like, and I'd hang it up, and it'd fucking ring again, man. I'm like, holy shit. I was hallucinating bad, man. That was some good acid.
I have a really funny story, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not very funny, but we'll hope. Let's hope it's entertaining.
Give it your best shot.
There was one time I took mushrooms with my friend, right? And these were fresh mushrooms. Like, when I say fresh, I mean they weren't dried out. We picked them out behind our house.
Portobellos. Oh wait.
Cyanescence, actually, to be exact. And like 2 hours after I take them, I'm sitting there just chilling in my room. This is when I lived with my dad.
Did you eat them or did you like boil them or anything?
No, I ate them. I just straight out of the gate. That's not something you should do.
Yeah.
On your hands and feet, you like eat them out of the ground?
I used my hand to pick it and then I put it in my mouth. I didn't like eat it off of the ground. It's fucking like a noodle that I needed from the ground.
Was it like growing out of cow shit though?
Dude, that is such a crazy myth, man.
No, it's not a myth here in Alabama, man. The good stuff, the psilocybin grows out of the cow shit.
The good stuff grows in wood chips. All right. So anyway.
Well, I don't know, man. That's what
I'm a huge mushroom head.
I could never trust myself to go mushroom hunting because I feel like I'm the idiot that would pick the bad mushroom and die.
You might be
death cap.
This big red mushroom has got little white spots. It must taste like strawberries. Nope.
Okay, no, like I'm not that dumb, but I mean, I feel like I don't know enough about like the classifications of like what mushrooms are good and bad that like I would pick one that I think is good.
Yeah, like if you
eat it.
There's one that looks like the good kind, and you know, it's very make you sick as a damn
real
dog.
quick.
Yeah, it's just like morels. You have a real morel, and then you have a false morel. That's what it's actually named. And
yeah,
you look so much alike that unless you cut them in half, you can't tell the difference.
And those are the type of mushrooms that actually kind of look like an expanded brain.
Yeah.
But
cool. Okay.
Anyway, my point. I was gonna say something. My point is that
you took them and you started tripping.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing: is like I've always taken dry mushrooms my whole life. This is the first time I ever took mushrooms that weren't dried.
Right.
And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting like 2 hours, and I'm like, my buddy just gave me some false ass shit. Like I don't know what he told me to eat. And I'm sitting there in my bedroom, and I'm living with my parents. So I'm like 18.
Keep it on the DL, right?
No, I wasn't. I was like, you know what? These mushrooms are not going to kick in. And I'm just sitting there kicking back, watching fucking TV, and I'm watching America's Funniest Home Videos. And all of a sudden, Bob Saget makes a joke. And when he laughs, his chin drops all the way to his knees. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I didn't want to do mushrooms and hang out at my house with my family.
That's when you hear the words, they're here.
Yeah. Dude, So I make the mistake of calling my friend, and I walk in front of my parents looking like a nerd. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, hold on. Don't talk. I'm in front of my parents. I don't want them to see me like this.
They'll know.
And like I said it in front of them, dude. I'm like 5 or 6 and I'm just like, hey, just chill. Let me get outside. And my dad's looking at me like he's probably like 70 now. So he knows. He's like, oh, well, my son's on some shit. But he didn't say nothing. And I'm out front and I'm like walking through the woods and I'm like, hey, can you hear me better now? And he's like, dude, I could hear you really good the whole time. And I was like, all right, I'm in the forest. As long as my parents can't hear me, we're good. And he's just like, dude, what the fuck's going on? And I'm like, dude, I ate fucking a half ounce of mushrooms to my face and shit's going down. And then the next thing I know, I'm just walking in our driveway in circles, just like looking at the trees and the grass. And then I fucking fall asleep in our grass. And my dad walks out and he's like, Miles. And I'm like, yeah, what's up, dude? And he's like, what are you on? And I'm like, nothing, dude. I just get, and like the fucking stars are going crazy. Like all the leaves are fucking moving. Like I can hear the ground breathing. And I was like, nothing.
Hear the ground breathing.
Yeah, dude. I was like, I'm just, it was hot inside, so I decided to lay on the porch. And he's like, you're not on the porch, you're in the fucking lawn. And I was like, the grass felt better. And basically, like he didn't get mad at me because he was cool like that, because he knew I was on something and didn't want to fuck with my trip. But yeah, then like a few hours later, I'm still laying on the grass, and he comes out and he was like, hey, Miles, I know you're tripping. Come inside. And I'm just like, it's too hot in there. I walk inside, walk into the living room, flop in the living room where he is currently watching TV during this story. And fucking, I just lay there. And he's like, yeah, just stare at the ceiling, man. I know those days.
That's a chill head right there.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, he's a Vietnam vet. He's a crazy ass dude, but he knew I was tripping and didn't want to fuck with my trip.
Yeah.
Like your mom would probably be losing your shit. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
no doubt, man.
Yeah, it was tight. So I'm just sitting there, and he's like, "I'm gonna put on some fucking 70s music," and I just laid on the fucking ground in the middle of my living room. Well, my dad played 70s music at like 1 a.m. Like just fucking, he was like, fuck it. My son's fucking.
Here's some Pink Floyd for you, kid. Enjoy.
No, it was more like, it was more like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Oh, okay.
Like mellow shit.
Yeah.
You can't be playing Black Sabbath when you're stumped, like when you're fucking on mushrooms, dude.
I could.
You need something chill. Well, come on, man. Could you imagine?
Was that your first time, man?
Pink Floyd's chill.
It was probably like my 20th time doing mushrooms.
See, do you
It
know
was
what I
my
think
first time. It was my first time taking a half an ounce of mushrooms,
Yeah,
which is a fucking lot.
You were rocking.
Oh, dude, I was on my way to the moon. Like I was trying to find the black side of the moon.
You were the walrus. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
I was the brick in the wall. Like,
do you know what I think is funny? That you reminded me of like what you're talking about, where you thought the mushrooms were just duds or whatever, and they weren't going to do anything. You reminded me of that scene from like the movie The Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio, where like he takes the Quaaludes, the lemons or whatever with the Quaaludes, and then he's like, oh, they're duds. And then he's like at the country club talking to his dad about the FBI tapping their phones. All of a sudden he just drops down on the floor, has to crawl to his Lamborghini, and he's like, oh, like, get off the phone! Like, dude, get off the phone.
that's basically what happened to me, but instead of downers, it was fucking psychedelics.
That's interesting because my cousin and I, this is back when, you could buy like an ounce of pot for like $35, right? And it was Colombian red bud. And he wanted to make
Panama red, you mean? You mean Panama red?
It wasn't from Panama. It was red bud from Colombia. I don't, you know, it was all that, all those names and stuff. That was
It was
all.
good shit.
Most of it was usually from Colombia, either that or Mexico.
It was the good shit, nevertheless.
It was, yeah, it was good. It was seedy, but it was real buddy. It was a lot. It was really good. So
It was seedy and buddy. It had hella seeds and hella bud.
Well, no, the buds had seeds in them. You know, that's that's where they were.
Was it also STEMmy?
Yeah, it had
Of course,
plenty of stems. So, so what we de-seeded it and we de-stemmed it and everything and got it ready. He said, "I want to make some fucking brownies, right?" So, he puts a half ounce in and he says, fuck it. And he pours a whole ounce in it, man. And we're chopping it up in the damn blender, right? And then put it in the brownie mix stuff. He makes it, right? And so he pulls it out when they're done, right? And we pull one and we eat one, right? And he's like,
one and done.
15, 20 minutes later, we're like, nothing. So we're like, fuck it. And we eat another one, right? And 20 minutes later, nothing, right? So he decided, okay, well, fuck it, we're just gonna smoke a joint with it because we gotta get stoned. And so he fires the joint up. We don't even finish the motherfucker, man. We are laid down on the floor. I mean, dude, I've never been this stoned before or since, man. I was stoned 2 days later. Unless that shit stayed in my system that long, man. I mean, I was stoned.
You know what?
God, I mean, barely not. I was almost nodding off driving, man. It was crazy.
Damn, dude. I have a story for you. All right. Have any of you guys ever heard of tincture? Do you know what tincture is?
I've heard of the name, or the term, but probably not what you're talking about.
Tincture.
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 Yeah, tincture. Yeah, so in California, where weed is like the best, by the way.
Tincture.
They take, basically what they do is they take very high level alcohol, like probably like 151 grain alcohol, and they suspend marijuana in it.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, they heat it up so it activates.
To extract the essences out of it?
No, they don't extract anything out of it.
Right. You drink.
Oh, so it's infusing it then.
Right.
Yeah, it's an infusion. But once you heat it up, it's basically activated. So the way THC works is you can't get any like real mental benefit before it gets heated up.
Right.
So my buddy, he was like, "Hey, dude, I have this really strong tincture. You want some?" He was like, "It's activated." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'll try that. I've never tried activated tincture." And he was like, "It's really strong. Only take a shot." All right?
Right.
So I take half of a shot. And I just take it, Willie. It's cool. I mean, it's not even a big deal. Next thing I know, an hour and a half later, I'm sitting next to my girlfriend, and I'm like, my heart's pounding, and I feel like I'm gonna die. Like I'm at like the highest I've ever been, and I'm just like sitting there, and I don't want to tell her, because I want to be a strong person. I want to handle my own shit myself. But I'm sitting there, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking having panic attacks.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, fuck, dude. Fuck. I keep holding my breath for way too long. I'm like, oh, I'm going to pass out. And I'm just like leaning back and forth. And I look at her, and I'm like my girlfriend at the time. And I'm just like, I'm going to fucking die. And I look at her and I go, "Hey, how's your day?" And she was like, "Good, better than yours." And I haven't talked to her this whole hour. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "You look like you're in horrible shape." And I'm just like, what do you mean? And she's like, "You look like you're gonna fucking freak out." And I'm like, "No, I'm good. What's for dinner?" And I'm just like sitting there freaking out, dude, like fucking rocking back and forth, just like can't breathe. Like I'm so stoned, dude, that I could eat like 10 packs Oreos stoned. And I'm just fucking, dude, I'm just sitting there. And then once I sobered up, the next day, what she told me was I was just leaning back and forth, like just sitting there, like rocking hella fast, like just sitting there. And she was like, "Dude, you looked like you were fucked up last night." And I'm like,
Still am.
"What was for?" No, and what I asked her was, "What was for dinner last night?" And she's like, "See what I'm saying? You fucking see what I'm saying?" Like it never went away. That was another 2 or 3 day high.
Yeah, tincture was like, they used to do that. A tincture opium was something they used to call laudanum.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and that was like opium and alcohol mixed, right? And that was one of the most addictive substances, like in the turn of the century. You'll see it a lot in movies like Tombstone.
Yep.
White Earp's wife is addicted to the stuff. And what else? The tinctured cocaine, and then there was a stuff called paregoric, which was a really weak tincture of opium and alcohol for children. You know, yeah,
There's Pappy's cough medicine.
They dip the pinky in this stuff and put it in the baby's mouth, man. And shit, that baby could go right to sleep. You know,
Won't have good dreams until it's 16 years old, but it'll sleep.
I remember, man. I got paregoric a couple times, man, back in the day. You know, when I was a kid, little baby.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that I would be super willing to try.
Yeah,
yeah, I would definitely try that. I don't know what that is. Paregoric, you said?
Yeah, it's a mild alcohol and opium combination opiate. They say opioid is a synthetic opiate, right? Opiate is a direct derivative of opium.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, an opioid is something that's synthesized from something else. Yeah,
right. Exactly.
Basically, it is an opiate, but since it wasn't from opium,
correct.
You know, well, I mean, like
actually, OxyContin.
Right.
No, OxyContin is actually an opiate. So there's
an
different.
opioid.
You can make You can make OxyContin from from opium. But most of the stuff that they make now is synthesized, right?
Yeah. Opioids are more along the line of like farther outreaching substances, you know.
Fentanyl.
They still think, fentanyl. See, there you go. Fentanyl, that's an opioid. Whereas OxyContin or Percocet, those are both opiates.
Interesting.
Codeine.
Yeah, codeine. That's an actual.
That's the real deal. Yeah.
Hey, Occam, don't do drugs, man.
Third step.
Learn from their mistakes, buddy.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Exactly, man.
Yeah,
Trust
do
me,
not.
man. Alcohol is the reason I had to have my hips replaced, man.
What? Sorry, I can't hear you guys over the sound of the smoke and mushrooms right now.
Really?
What are you
Just
doing?
kidding.
Sticking the mushrooms in your ears?
I was gonna say, what's going on? Is the smoke and the fucking mushrooms wrestling each
I
other?
got these wicked shiitakes and I'm smoking them right now.
No.
Well, and
No.
to back up Occam, he isn't the only one here that's not done any of this kind of shit. I've never done any of this kind of shit.
Yeah, I've never touched mushrooms or.
I mean,
the only thing I've ever done is I've smoked weed before and I've hit cigarettes and I drink sometimes, but yeah, I don't mess with anything else.
See, I've never drank alcohol. I'm 42 years old, never touched a drop.
Really?
Never smoked a joint, never done anything illicit like that. But I do smoke tobacco. I drink copious amounts of caffeine to make up for those lack of vices. But I live vicariously through others. Like my friends, one in particular, he dropped acid while in school, and he laid his head down on his desk, lifted back up, and he looks. And it's one of those chairs that has a little arm on it. And he said his pencil melted through the tabletop.
BRB, guys.
Landed on the floor, got up, ran down to the door and down the hallway. So he decided to chase it.
Jesus.
No.
It would be interesting to see how your mind visualizes that kind of stuff, though. Like, what does a pencil melting through the desk look like? And like, I don't know, but I would never take the stuff to figure out what it is. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Like when people tell those stories, it's always like, how does that work? Like, how do the walls melt? You know, like I've seen it in movies, but
yeah,
you wonder what it would actually look like in your mind.
And also you don't even know if they're exaggerating things or overstating, understating, or just not able to describe it well enough what they're seeing and experiencing. But I can imagine that's kind of like a cartoon, you know, like a pencil with Mickey Mouse legs and arms and going, oh boy, we're gonna go running down to the principal's office. Oh boy,
Oh boy, you're gonna get your caught for dropping acid during school.
I'm gonna rape the gym teacher.
If you're gonna smoke pipe, don't forget to bring a towel.
Here a towel. I love toweling.
Here a towel.
You know, that's when you're. I think when that's the whole deal. When you're young, man, you think you're bulletproof and 10 feet tall, and it's like, I don't know. It's more apt to take chances like that.
But I took my chances in more dangerous things like explosives and things that are sharp and pointy. Whereas I let my friends take the bullets for, the drugs and the alcohol and that shit. Let them take all the crap from that,
Yeah.
See, if there's one thing I do know as a young person, it's that young people aren't invincible unless their name is Malin and they happen to be a YouTuber that does Occam's Razor. That's like the only exception to the rule. Then you're invincible. Like no one can take you down if you're.
See, you're ending that sentence wrong, Occam. You should be saying at the end of it, http www.patreon.thewhitetuber.
Oh yeah, right. As long as you have the Patreon, of the white YouTuber, you'll be safe. You'll be invincible. If you want invincibility, that is one of the perks that he does provide if you become a patron. So please become a patron.
Speaking of Patreon, did y'all read that shit? The emails that came from Patreon yesterday and today?
I saw.
What are they doing to patrons?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I heard about it from Endro, and then I watched Irate Monkeys or Ranting Monkeys video on it.
Like, what are they doing to patrons? Is there something bad happening to us or what?
Well, okay. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
The money that the people were donating to the patrons that were donating to the content creators, right?
Yeah.
The Patreon was taking a chunk out of that, right?
Yeah.
And so they made up some kind of bullshit excuse. And they said, well, now what we're going to do is we're going to charge the patrons for donating, right? And we're going to give you what seems like a bigger cut. But what it is that they're taking a bigger cut and you're just getting a little bit more than you had been getting, right? It's like mathematics sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Wait, like what do you mean? Like they're gonna start taking more than what you're donating?
That's not it. People raised hell about it, right? And so they came back, and then they did this fucking the most confusing goddamn letter I've ever read, man. And I have no idea how they're gonna do it, but trust me, it's like punishing the fucking patrons, man.
Yeah. It punishes anyone who's giving to multiple creators. So the best example was right now, if you gave $100 to one person, say I donated $100 to the white YouTuber, I would get charged $100 and that's it. Now, if I was to do that, I would pay $100 plus 35 cents for like the transaction fee and then some little bit of taxes on top of that.
Right.
So it's like a percentage. Like you pay an extra percentage and then you pay an extra transaction fee.
Right. Because originally what it was is it says you're going to get like in your example, $100, but the fees would be passed on to the Patreon creator.
Yeah.
And not the patrons themselves. And this is
might
like
make
a
$85. Yeah, they might make $85, but what happens here, Occam, is because there's a per transaction fee that's charged, if you were to donate $1 to 100 people, you'd end up spending that extra like 35 cents plus a percentage on every transaction. So you'd end up spending like $140 instead of the 100 that you normally would. So, you know, like me, I was given to like 10 people. So I actually cut back because I wanted to keep it around $10 that I was given to people on Patreon. So I cut back on people so that I could keep it under $10, which kind of sucks, you know, because I was good with the 10 people I was given to, but now I'm only given to like 5 or 6, I think. So yeah, it's kind of lame, but.
Well, did you see that Kickstarter is trying to something that's kind of like along that line called Drip?
I heard that mentioned. Then there was another one that Irate Bear was talking about, some keep support or something.
Well, isn't there also Hatreon?
Yeah, that one's. I've heard of that one too, but that was. I don't know. I don't know much about that one.
I heard it was created for those who got basically kicked off of Patreon because of kind of like the Lauren Southern thing.
Yeah,
you know, and they say it's the Patreon for the quote unquote, and I'm using the air quotes, alt-right. Dun dun dun.
Go maker support is the one that Irate Bear was talking about.
Maker, isn't that the network that is now run by
Maker? Yeah, no, it's just Maker support though. I don't.
Maker's the network that PewDiePie used to be on.
Yeah, it's not that though. This is different.
Yeah, different Maker.
Hashtag PewDiePie.
Oh, different Maker.
Dave Cullen's on here. All kinds of people. Sargon, Irate Bear, Suit Yourself.
Hashtag PewDiePie plus Occam sitting in a tree. KASSING.
Wow. Really?
Okay.
Really?
So you're copping a feel on the old sweet meatball.
I'm just a super fan.
I know.
I'm literally just a super fan. That literally means nothing.
And we love busting your balls over it.
Yeah, it is fun, dude.
We're just breaking your balls over here.
Yo, what's wrong with
I probably didn't help myself. I probably didn't help myself though for getting picked on by putting like a few PewDiePie references in my
dude,
video.
when you talk about how big his bulge in his pants is, and I mean, man,
what?
I mean, for fuck's sake.
When do I talk about that, dude?
I mean,
never said that.
I was like going, holy shit, dude. Oh, come on, man. I got it on tape.
Okay. Clarification here. That never happened, everybody who's listening to this stream, present and future, that never happened.
And every night before Occam goes to bed, he puts his face down into his pillow and says, "Notice me, senpai, notice me."
I'll bite the pillow this time, I promise.
Fuck, I swear, I thought I was the only one who said that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Getting a little robotic there, Miles, but we heard you.
Yeah, right. Robot, baby.
Am I still roboting?
Wow. Even the chat's joining in now.
What about the chat?
Lusting after.
I said even the chat's joining in. We got like Sir Adamantine being like Occam lusts after Pewdie.
Yeah, and
he
ain't wrong.
And Silverblade, and Uzi Q telling Silverblade to just keep busting my balls over the PewDiePie thing.
It's love,
Occam walks into PewDiePie's office. He takes PewDiePie's headphones off. He runs his fingers through his blonde hair and then moves them down to his thick beard before he kisses his supple lips and grabs onto his meaty buttocks.
That's fucking
Why?
And then as his pants get tighter.
And as they're thrusting in throes of passion, PewDiePie screams, "Respect the women!"
He realizes he's live.
T-Tag reads books on tape.
That's right.
That's right.
It's good stuff.
That's kind of awkward.
That was really gay.
Wait, it sounds like T-Tac's been listening to too much of that. Like,
it's almost like I'm reliving my own fantasy, but putting you in my place.
Check this shit out. Have y'all heard about this, man?
Oh my God, that was
he just basically he took out his own name and just inserted my name instead. So like it was originally T-Tac in that story.
No, he didn't take out your name.
I'm going to segue to something like really outrageously serious here. Okay.
I like this.
This is Britain. Okay. This is from the Independent UK, right? It says a man who broke into a mosque and left a slice of raw bacon
Yeah.
all right, in the mosque has been sentenced to 15 years.
It's ridiculous.
In prison.
For breaking and entering or what?
Leaving the bacon. Okay. Michael Wolf from Titusville, Florida, pled guilty to the Breaking Islamic Society of Central Florida Masjid Al-Munin Mosque in January 2016. CCTV footage shows the 37-year-old with a really sporting an awesome little mohawk there, smashing windows and lights with the machete before leaving bacon by the front door. Wolf pleaded guilty to criminal mischief to a place of worship with a hate crime enhancement on Tuesday.
You know what? I think the real crime is wasting bacon.
Yeah, no. No kidding.
Dude.
There's burgers out there.
He could have at least made a small fire out of their pews or whatever the fuck. Did they sit on carpets? I don't know. Whatever. He could have made a small fire and like actually cooked the bacon and eaten it there. That would have been bad enough.
Yeah,
right?
let that smell, man, that nice hickory bacon smell and shit.
Yeah.
Walk in there and go, God damn, that does smell good, you know?
Now you want to convert.
Blasphemed Allah. Oh God.
Somebody murdered my rug.
Miles, you're robot.
All right, you know what? I keep roboting a lot. I'm gonna take this time to drop out of the stream.
Okay, hey, Miles Bot, you're doing a little roboting there.
He knows.
Tell Duel to quit using all the internets.
It's just me. He's sleeping.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, tell him we missed him.
I will. I'll leave you guys' accolades. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Get with me sometime this weekend, all right?
Yeah, I'll try. I might pop back in on the stream. We'll see.
Maybe all right, bro.
Best of luck, man.
Love you, bro.
I guess.
Later.
Have a great day.
And
we had to do some sort of a midweek. We had to do some sort of a midweek stream this week. This next week, anyway.
Yeah.
Do what?
I don't know, just for the heck of it. Just do like a spontaneous midweek stream sometime, like plan one out. I don't know, do something fun like that.
Yeah, if I can come, I will, man. I will do what I can, like normal.
What is Peppy and them doing now?
Do AP?
Yeah, AP and Gas. So what's their schedule? Is he doing the DAB on Tuesday and
Thursday, and then I think they have the Saturday stream, right?
Yep. Right. And sometimes we'll have the Fright Power Hour on Fridays.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they've been kind of cool, man, about not stomping on us, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, and then I think Beard Berrien is kind of in with the Gulf City streaming thing, and he does Sundays.
Yeah, he's doing Sundays, and then Ghastly wants to expand the Gulf City gaming, so he's talking about wanting to do more on that when he's not doing the mainstream. So there might be other days where he's filling in and trying to get the gaming stuff going bigger.
Sweet.
Is the gaming on Saturday or Sunday?
He does I think it's Sunday because it's normally the Hangover stream.
Right. It's
but
like
he's also done it,
right?
Yeah, he's also done it during the day because I've been at work and listened to it a few times. So
yeah, I think there was one time I heard him like around noon, 1 o'clock my time, which is Eastern. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it just depends on when he wants to do it, I guess. I keep all their shit belled so I can catch it. So.
Yeah, I catch it when I can, but I usually don't stay for the whole thing, especially like Tonkasa's morning Kumite thing. I've been trying to catch up on that when I can.
Yeah, I'm in and out of that. I'll listen to it when I can because it's like right in the middle of my day. So it's like I got meetings or lunch and all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty entertaining to listen to.
Dude, I got my All Hail Blue Whale. I think Santa Claus is going to bring me a All Hail Blue Whale t-shirt, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a Fright Power hoodie.
Dude, I thought, didn't you get a mug, dude?
Yeah, I got 2 mugs.
Yeah,
I got
those are wicked, man.
Yeah, Fright Power and the Ghastly.
The Ghastly mug, man. I love that shit.
Ghostface Mugger is what he called it.
You know, the golf streamers aren't here tonight, but let's get some all hail blue whales going in the chat, guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hail that blue whale, yo.
We know what's
Let's get some subscribe to Occam's Razors going in the chat, guys.
Krill be unto his name.
Type 7. Type 7 if you would subscribe to Occam's Razor.
Occam's butthole. Put krill on it.
Put krill.
Rub some krill on it, man.
In and around his butthole. It's not gay because it's Occam. I don't know what that says about you, Occam.
Wow.
I like how there's Occam's laser channel too.
I think what it means is that he has a lot more blood flow to his head because his butt's up in the air on his knees. I don't know how that works for your posture, Occam, but I'm pretty sure that helps with the mental clarity.
Occam, why are you not the first thing that comes up when I search Occam's razor? This is a problem.
I don't know, probably because I
chose a name that everyone's used 100 times.
Well, look at it this way. I'm the biggest Occam's razor. I'm the biggest Occam's razor that there is.
Okay,
biggest channel.
Is he?
He's the biggest Occam razor.
Oh, you're the biggest channel named Occam's razor. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah, I think part of that has to do with the apostrophe.
There it is, channel. Okay.
Well, here's the thing, though. If I do become a bigger YouTube channel, it won't be a problem anymore. Oh, yeah. So my goal, it's almost like an incentive to grow bigger, because the bigger my channel becomes, the sooner I'll be the first result when you look up Occam's razor. Because if I get big enough, I will be the first result you find if you look it up.
What's your sub count so far, Occam?
My sub count so far is 223 as of currently.
Not bad. See, I remember back when you were around like 70, 80, something like that, I think it was.
Yeah, I remember back when like I was like 3 times bigger than IRATE, but then IRATE had to be.
Wait, and you wiped out all your videos?
Yeah, because I'm transitioning into a completely different channel, dude. I'm not a political channel anymore.
Gotcha.
Well,
I am now for entertainment.
He's got those 2 that he did with Sugar Tits, and he's got the one actually the one about Whitey and the other one. Those 2 are funny as shit, dude.
Well, they're not up there anymore.
I know they need to be. I keep telling him, man.
They're
Y'all fucking convince his
privatized.
ass. Oh.
Sugar tits.
Excuses.
Look, I'm starting fresh. Like, I'm no political content anymore. It's all for entertainment's sake. Now, this first video that's up has literally, like, the only people that will find it funny are me and my brother, because it's kind of an inside joke. It basically has to do with this really retarded picture of my brother when he was like 10, and
right, you were telling us that earlier.
Yeah,
yeah,
but T-Tac wasn't here for that.
Yeah, I had no idea what it was.
To T-Tac. But I don't know.
So everybody's like sub to me, aren't y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sub to everybody, so we're all like sub to each other because, like, you know, like we're.
It's a circle sub.
That's right.
Yeah.
Circle sub. Reach around.
I think we've all been sub to each other for like a long time.
Hashtag
since we started this. Yeah.
Yeah, like.
You
know, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna have to go unsub from all of you. No, I'm kidding.
You snobby fuck.
I can't be sub to you guys anymore.
Occam, did you know that the quartering, the guy we had on last week, he finally got the notice that he did get booted?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, yeah, he finally got the notification. So
that's fucked.
Yeah, it is, dude. It really is.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. There's a lot of, there's so much misinformation out there, man. And there's like a lot of deliberate confusion between certain.
Right. But you know, the biggest thing of it is it's not so much a matter about him, is the policies and the actions of Wizards of the Coast that are to blame. Because if they are that hypersensitive about things that they, you had a Pepe on your Twitter, ban. It doesn't even matter if it's the quartering or some schmuck down the street from me or whatever. Just being that overly sensitive about things is the problem.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. I totally agree.
You know, I mean, it just makes it even worse that in Jeremy's case, that, you know, he just said something that a cosplayer didn't like, and then the shitstorm kicked up. But if Wizard of the Coast was just like, had a backbone and was like, this ain't shit, we ain't banning him because of this stupid shit, there would be no problem. But they have to be dumbasses and create a bigger problem than really exists.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world.
Welcome.
Wow, we're almost at the top of the hour already.
I know, man.
What the heck?
T-Tac, you got anything you want to kick the bobo about one while we're getting ready to close out? Anything?
I don't know what kick the bubble means, man.
Kick the bobo, brother.
Kick the bobo? I don't know what that means.
Piece of shit, talk, you know.
Just talking shit.
Yeah, just talking, man.
Fuck, I don't know. I brain dump all the time, like, so I try to keep my mind with nothing in it. As bad as that sounds. I got
like
nothing.
a good American.
He's got a bucket on his shoulders.
Yeah.
T-Tac, you remember that thing you were telling me earlier, though?
What was I telling you? See, like I said,
you were telling me this really great piece of information you learned about. It was basically something along the lines of subscribe to Occam's Razor today if you want to be entertained for years.
Yeah, I probably said it
like
sarcastically, so I don't know.
You definitely said it. I'm definitely not making this stuff up. I would never do that. Like, we all know this.
Whose video? I was watching a video. I think it was somebody's video, and you. It looked like, I thought that was your head, like laying down. God, whose video was that? Shit.
But someone's head was laying down.
Debbie does Dallas?
I thought that it might have been you, because I could. The voice on it sounded like you, and really? I can't remember where it was, man. But it was somebody like Gemini or Whitey or somebody like that. And,
so it's a gay porn.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. You were watching. What was this again?
Dude, I cannot remember.
So it was a video. Was it something on YouTube?
I'll go through my history and see if I can find something.
Huh.
But yeah, it was a bald head, like, laying down, like you were tired, and there was a microphone in front of it. And I said, I wonder if that's T-Tac.
Oh no, that wouldn't have been me. I don't even have a camera.
Okay. Well, that answers that question.
Bald head laying down. I mean, I keep my head shaved. I don't keep it like when I'm.
This dude had he had a cue ball, dude.
Oh no, I did that once in high school, and I'll never do it again. Like, we took the razor to it, and it was. I don't know if you guys have ever done that before. Like, if you've not known what you were doing, and then you shaved your head like that, it fucking hurt. For a couple days. Like, I wasn't used to it.
Have you ever had a straight razor?
No, dude, that shit freaks me out. Like, I use all electric on my face because all I can think of is a potato peeler when I think about shaving my face. It's all I cannot get the image of my cheek skin peeling off.
See, that reminds me of
that's kind of what happens, man. That dead skin is peeling right off, man, just like that.
It reminds me of a Mad TV skit, kind of like a Mad TV commercial they did called the Spishak 9, where instead of having like 3 blades like razors do now, it had like 9 of them. And as the commercial went on, it was shaving. And in the end, at first he has, normal face and everything. In the end of the commercial, it's just a skull. Because he shaved that close. Shaved all his meat off his face.
When I was a kid, I was big onto the Dan Aykroyd, Ronco's commercials and stuff he used to do on Saturday Night Live. And I had something. It's Ronco's new blowtorch. Get that closest shave you'll ever get.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Back when SNL was good.
Earlier, IRATE, you were talking about you just mentioned a straight razor. I am the straight razor.
You are.
I'm the straightest.
And there's a snail that's coming after your ass, man. And just one touch is all it takes. Just one touch. T-Tac, you remember
good pounding, and you'll go crooked.
You won't sit right for a month. It's time to break that film out, isn't it? Bad Santa.
Definitely. Oh yeah, I love Bad Santa.
Bad Santa 2.
It's my second favorite Christmas movie.
What's your favorite, man? Let's
Die
do
Hard,
that real
man.
quick.
Come on.
Yeah,
Die
that's
Hard.
right. Die Hard. What about yours, Silverblade?
Die Hard. Not to be one in with a pack, but yeah, I've never been a big fan of the hokey Christmas movies and shit. I always thought, you know what? Ho, 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 now I've got a gun is pretty damn badass. And Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, is also awesome. So yeah, Die Hard for Christmas, man.
What about you, Uncle?
My favorite Christmas movie would have to be this one is kind of a Christmas movie. It's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I mean, it's
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's around that time, but I think my computer is gonna be dead.
I'll tell you about how odd I am. That's my favorite's the Dr. Seuss original cartoon Grinch.
Or the Rankin Bass animated or
all their shit, man. Especially those Rudolph, man. That's some classic stuff.
Burl Ives, hell yeah.
We made it through another Cream stream, gentlemen.
Word.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're all covered in shit, but we made it through.
Indeed. And we're going to take 3, 2, 1, and we're in the